everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and this is the Astral Library. And I can't see a goddamn thing with these sunglasses on. Happy Magical Readathon, my favorite time of the year. And kind of the start of spooky season for me. So I'm all geared up in my favorite witch hat and some all black clothing, though that sticks all year round, so It is that time of year. It is time for the Autumn Equinox Magical Readathon, which means it's time for a TBR video to see how I'm going to be tortured this month. And by tortured, I mean in the best way possible because I get to read some fun books. This video is just gonna be what is on my TBR, what am I planning to read? Because we know from past years that sometimes this changes and that's fine. And I'm making it extra difficult on myself this year because I am in fact trying to also turn this into a serial killer TBR situation. So if you don't know, my series Serial Killer is a TBR series in which I am trying to finish the books of series I'm in the middle of. And it's been going some hits, some not, some frustrating books. I believe the second episode just came out, so definitely go check that out. And we got some more coming, and Magical Readathon is just gonna get looped right up in that. But let's go ahead and dive in to see what I am reading this year. All right, usually I have like a pretty journal and pages. I don't yet, but I do have the syllabus printed out right here. So because my career, which is the final semester I'll be doing this career, is Storyweaver, I have to take 3 classes. I have to take Inscription, Lore, and Psionics and Divination. And with each of those classes, I have to achieve a certain grade. There are 3 tiers that you can hit: O, Q, and D. Inscription, I only have to hit an O. For Lore, I have to hit a D, so I have to do all 3 tiers. And for Psionics and Divination, I only have to hit a Q, so I only have to do 2 tiers. So that brings my TBR to a total of 6 books. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating because September starts to get really busy for me because school is starting again. I'm really working through my dissertation stuff, so we're gonna try. I've tried to be really nice to myself on the books I've put on this TBR. We're gonna have to fight and struggle and it's gonna be great. We'll get through this together. Let's go ahead and go through the classes and see what books I've chosen for each prompt. Okay, so for my very first class, Inscription, I only need an O in it. So this is by far my lightest load class. And the prompt is Magic of Primes, which translates to prime number of letters in the title. Now, I had to count so many titles of books to figure out. I was really trying to stick to my Serial Killer TBR shelf, and I did manage to find one book that would be the actual one in the series I need to read. That is a prime number, and that is Smoke Bitten by Patricia Briggs. This is the 11th book in the Mercy Thompson series. I want to say, because there's 2 more after this, and we're at 14, so it's the 12th book. I'm sorry, it's the 12th book. And it's Smoke Bitten, so this is an 11-letter long title, which is a prime number. This one is me being very nice to myself because I read through Mercy Thompson books super duper fast. And I know I will blow through this one no problem at all. It's gonna be a fun ride because we're dealing again with the Fae in this one, which usually aren't my favorite, but we've been kind of brewing a certain plot, so I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen in this book. Now, I can't really tell you like what this book in particular is about other than it's Fae because it spoils so much going on in the series, but Mercy Thompson generally is a paranormal romance series where we follow Mercy Thompson, our main character, who is a coyote shifter. And she just finds herself embroiled in a lot of supernatural plots and schemes, and she wants nothing to do with it, and yet she's always at the heart of it because she and herself is kind of a troublemaker, but we love her anyways. What I love about this series is that we get every supernatural community, and we have such a really interesting, diverse cast of characters that I always love seeing when they pop up in these books. So I'm excited this is on the list, and I'm excited that it's going to be a quick one, so I know I'll finish it. So that was my easiest class. My hardest class is my next class, and that is Lore. So we have 3 steps we need to do. For O, we have Forgotten Tongues, which is a translated book. For this one, I chose Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation Volume 4. This is the second to last book. It's been a hot minute since I've read the 3rd book, but I still love this series. I'm currently thinking about rewatching the drama again, but I should probably finish the books before I do that. So we're gonna go ahead and get another step further and get in this Dawn Mason series. Again, like with Mercy Thompson, because this is a later book in the series, I cannot tell you exactly what's going on in this book, but generally we're following our main character, Wei Wuxian, who essentially created necromancy, and that didn't go so well in his life, and he was actually killed because of it. Well, some 20 years later, he finds himself reborn in a new body who implores him to kind of get revenge for him. And on Wei Wuxian's mission to do exactly that, he is running into problems and supernatural events that actually occurred during his first life. So he is trying to figure out what is going on and why is he at the center of it once more. I love this series. It's so good. And great thing about it, after I get through this book, the last book has all the smut in it. And I'm very excited to read it because that was not in the drama because of censorship, but these books ain't censored, baby. And I'm excited to really see what's going on in this book because we start getting a lot of the climactic moments happening, and I'm excited to see how it was originally written versus the drama, which kind of I feel lost a little steam towards the end. And the way the books have been ramping up, that I know this is gonna be really exciting and really fun. The next step up for Q is Ancient Posts, and this one is letters or notes on the cover or inside the book. Now this one's kind of tough because it's very, very specific, and I was unsure of what I was going to find that had notes, and I had to kind of play around with like what counts as a note, which is fine because this is all made up. But I've chosen Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. So this is a contemporary romance book that I believe deals with a character who writes fan fiction, which is where I get my notes from because I'm gonna try to do this without spoiling you or me. We have things like text messages, so those are a form of modern letter if we're gonna loosey-goosey with our rules. But because this is in fan fiction, we have author notes right here. So I think that totally counts. They are notes. Maybe not in the way the prompt was thinking, but they are notes. And we do have text messages, which I for sure saw as I was flipping through the book. Again, I have not read anything, so haven't been spoiled. I just saw that they were present. So this totally counts. I've been waiting to read this for years because not only is it fan fiction involved, but it is a plus size female lead, which we just need more of, in my opinion, okay? So let me go ahead and read you the back of this one because I feel like this is one I can for sure tell you, because this one we're not going to spoil anything because it is a standalone. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about. Marcus Castor Rupp has a secret. The world may know him as Aeneas, star of the biggest show on television, but fanfiction readers call him something else. Book Aeneas would never. Marcus releases his frustration with the show by writing and posting anonymous stories about the internet's favorite couples, Aeneas and Lavinia. But if anyone were to discover his online persona, he'd be finished in Hollywood. April Whittier has a secret of her own, a hardcore Lavinia fan. She's long hidden her fanfic and cosplay hobbies from her quote-unquote real life, but not anymore. When she dares to post her latest costume creation on Twitter, her plus-size take goes viral. And when Marcus asks her to spite her internet critics, truth officially becomes stranger than fanfiction. On their date, Marcus quickly realizes he wants more from April than a one-time publicity stunt. But when he discovers she's an unapologetic Lavinia stan, his closest fandom friend, he has one more huge secret to keep from her. With love and Marcus's career on the line, can Marcus and April stop hiding once and for all, or will a match made in fandom end up prematurely canceled? Listen, as a fanfiction girly and someone who was very involved in fandom spaces at their prime, this excites me a lot. So I've had this on my shelves for years. I've been meaning to read it, and now I finally have a reason to. And the very last prompt for this course is Myth of Minuscule, which is 2 or more letter M's in the title. You would think this would be easy, right? Because M's a very common letter. Do you know how hard it was to find a book with 2 M's in it? It did not happen on my serial killer list. Not whatsoever. It actually pure luck that I happened to just buy this book when I was away in Portland, and that is Mercy Makers by Tessa Gratton. This is the same author who did the Queen of Innislayer series, which I have not read, but this one sounded interesting. So it has 2 M's, Mercy Makers, and it was the only one I had. Let's go ahead and read the synopsis of this because it is the first book in a series, so we're not going to spoil anything. Irisette is a prodigy and an outlaw. She dons the mask of her alter ego, Silk, to create magical disguises for those in her father's criminal organization, but she longs to do more with her talent. When her father is captured and sentenced to death, Irisette must infiltrate the imperial palace and its fanatical ruling family. There, she realizes she can bring down the entire corrupt system by getting the emperor and his sister to trust and even love her. But love is a two-way street, and Irisette's own heart holds the most mysterious and impenetrable magic of all. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like a lot of fantasy romance books that I've read in the past, but you know what? I read a lot of them because I enjoy them, and this sounds like it's gonna be right up my alley. I love some political intrigue. I love a badass female lead with a secret. I love some good romance in it, especially if there's tension, which it sounds like there's gonna be a tension in it because we have criminal and prince. Sign me up. Especially because it sounds like we're gonna have a very smart female lead, and I love a clever female lead. So I'm excited to see what Tessa Gratton comes up with this one, especially because I hear such high praises for the Queen of Innislayer series. 2 books not on my serial killer list, and we're about to get another one. So for my next class, I have Psionic Divinations, which I have to do 2 levels for. The first is Premonition Prep, which is a genre spin. So I'm gonna throw up on screen right over here the spin I did for this, which I ended up landing on horror. And I've already saw the stack of my TBR and was getting a little worried. So I really wanted to squeeze in a graphic novel for this, and I had just the one. I have Something is Killing the Children by James Tynion IV, Weather Deldera, and Mikel Moretto. This is a horror graphic novel where children suddenly are going missing in this small town, and we're trying to figure out what is happening. Again, something is killing the children. What is it? I don't know. I want to find out. We're gonna find out. And blessedly, it is short as hell and a graphic novel. So I know I will get this done with plenty of time to spare with my other reads. In fact, I might leave this last just so I know that I will have enough steam at the end to get through one final book. All right, we've reached the end. We have one more class and one more book, and that is Future Sight, which is a book with a TV or movie adaptation. I could have chosen a lot of ones for this. I wanted again to make sure I was prioritizing my serial killer TBR. And I have 2 books that were perfect for this, and I've already seen the movie for it. And that is Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. I love Hannibal Lecter. He's one of my favorite fictional villains. I love the Silence of the Lambs movie. I watch it every year. I watch it every time it comes on TV because Clarice, Hannibal, their tension, the spookiness of Hannibal, I adore it, but I've never read the book. I've read the sequel, Hannibal, but I haven't read the original, and I haven't read the 2 prequels that are also in this series. So this is perfect. I haven't exactly decided if I'm going to read this physically or if I'm going to listen to the audiobook. I might do a mixture of both, but either way, I'm very excited to read it finally and to then watch the movie and either complain about how much they changed or really enjoy it regardless. I do just enjoy that movie. I'm hoping this book is a little spookier than in the movie. All right, but this is my Magical Readathon TBR. It is a little chunky, it is a little ambitious, but we're here for it. It's gonna be so much fun. And I hope you come along with the journey to see how well I do this. I haven't decided if I'm going to do weekly vlogs for this or if I'm gonna do one big one at the end of the month, but you can expect to see definitely clips of me reading through these books. All right, but that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know if you are participating in Magical Readathon. If not, what are you reading in the month of September? I want to know. I'm very curious. But that's gonna be it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!